Hello everyone, welcome back to the SPLL Labs Java Programming Course. In today's video, we are going to learn about non-primitive data types in Java. In this session, you will understand what non-primitive data types are, why they are important, different types of non-primitive data types. Let's get started. In the previous video, we learned about primitive data types. These are basic data types like int, double, char, boolean. These store simple values. Now here is an important question. Can we store complex data like a name, a list of marks, or a student object using primitive data types? The answer is no. Think about this. Primitive data types are like small boxes that can hold only one item. But what if you want to store a list of items or complete student details? You need a bigger and smarter container, and that's where non-primitive data types comes in. Non-primitive data types are more complex, can store multiple values, can have methods unlike primitive data types. They do not store actual values directly. Instead, they store a reference memory address. Simply, primitive stores value, non-primitives stores reference. There are different non-primitive data types: string, array, class, object, interface. Now let's understand this with simple examples. Now let's see about non-primitive data types. Here I will create a new class in the same data type package. And I will click on main method and click finish. Now you can see our non-primitive data type class has been created. String is used to store text data like names or messages. Here I am storing my name inside a variable called name. Now let's print it. You know how to print the value, right? Right click, run as Java application. Now you can see the output Naveen. Now we will move on to arrays. So this is how we declare an array. Now suppose I want to store multiple values like marks. Instead of creating multiple variables, we use array. Here I created array of marks. Now I will try to print the first value using index. So 0 means it will print the first index value of an array. Now you can see the output 80 because we mentioned here 0. It will print the first index of an array. Now let's move on to class. Here I will create a new class. Now inside this class, I will just keep two variables, int id and string name. Save this. So a class is like a blueprint. It defines properties of an object. Student is a class. It has id and name. This is also a class. Now let's move on to object creation. Now I will create object for this student class. So this is the object creation for a class. Object is the real instance of a class. Now I will assign some values to this id and name. Now let's try to print these values. Save and run as Java application. Now you can see the output 101 and Rahul. These are the values we have assigned to id and name. So here we used string, array, class and object. All these are non-primitive data types. They help us store complex and structured data. Right now, don't worry about understanding everything deep. Each of these topics like string, array and object are separate concepts. We will learn each one in detail in the coming videos step by step. As of now, remember these are non-primitive data types. So this is the end of code part. Now quickly summarize the core difference between primitive and non-primitive data types. Primitive data types store actual value directly, simple and fixed. Non-primitive data types are stores reference used for complex data. Now let's connect this with a real world scenario. Imagine you are building a student application. We store student name as string, student marks as array, complete student details as object. So based upon the requirement, we choose the data type. Simple data, primitive, complex data, non-primitive data type. Alright, let's quickly recap what we learned today. What are non-primitive data types? Different types like string, array, object, basic understanding of how they work and how they are different from primitive data types. Before we end this, I have a small task for you. Identify which data type should be used for storing a name, storing multiple marks. Drop your answers in the comments. In the next video, we are going to learn about literals in Java, which is very important concept to understand how values are actually written inside programs. If you found this helpful, like, share and subscribe to SP Learning Labs. See you in the next video.